Hey, in this video we're gonna look how SEO agent from Nightwatch works and some really cool things you can do with it. So let's look how the agent is designed. In essence, we have three different agents that compose an agent team. The first agent is research agent, which can execute various things like keyword research. It can collect data from internet. It can visit various sources and websites. And some of really cool things that research agent can do is that it can combine more complex queries. For example, doing research on a couple of specific locations and sharing the observations for these locations. The second agent is crawling agent, which has enhanced crawling capabilities. It can crawl a website. It can do really cool things like chatting with a sitemap and so on. And we can use this agent for technical SEO. And then we have the SEO agent, which has various SEO tools for understanding the text, for seeing the readability, understanding semantics, and so on. All this is packed with an SEO knowledge where we try to follow the best recommendations that we believe are gonna stay relevant for a long time, not just for search engines, but also for AI searches. So let's look at some of the things that SEO agent can do. Now here you can see the interface when you enter the agent platform. This is currently beta only, as this is really new functionality that we are still testing out. And for this reason, we require approval. And once we come here, we see pretty similar interface as in other large language models chat platforms, with the exception that this has integrated all the tools that are important for SEO. So if we go to look at some examples for technical SEO, we can see some examples where we ask an agent to crawl a website and show pages with their accounts, with title missing, and so on. If we go to the research, we can see some examples how to do a keyword research in specific locations or how to combine multiple researches. And then we have more capabilities like SERP research. We can collect specific results from search engines. And also at the end, we have content generation. And this tool basically also enables some new way to generating content, which is not just prompting LLMs, which of course is not suitable for producing high quality content that would ensure us rankings in the future and not risking the penalty. Okay, so let's look at some of the examples. In this specific example, I asked the agent crawl website nightwatch.io and show all the pages with their H1 counts. This is one of the SEO operations which is quite important because H1 headline 1 tag defines keywords which are the most relevant for ranking specific pages. So the agent went to the website, it collected all the pages, it collected what I asked, the counts, and it gave me a list of all these pages. Then it loaded all this data in the context, so I told it show the H1 text for these pages, group them in clusters. And here we can see some really cool capabilities of the agent. Now that it learns something, we can ask it more complex questions. And here we can see the actual content that is contained within these pages. We can see that this page, for example, has no text, and we could do further analysis to understand what improvements really are needed in order to start ranking and preparing website to rank higher. Then the agent was also asked to cluster these pages in different groups. So it came up with some basic recommendation of clusters, which is quite cool because this kind of operations in the past took much longer, and now I can just chat with the session and get to really interesting conversations and findings about the website. Another example is also very interesting. Let's look at the keyword research. So here we're going to see what I did. I asked the agent to make a keyword research for SERP API and show the most important keywords in the United States. Then the agent went to get this data for me. It gave me the summary of these keywords. We can see how much volume they have in this location. At the same time it did this, it also loaded the data in the research table. And this is super useful because now we have all relevant keywords in this table that we can easily sort, filter, or just chat with LLM about these keywords, and also export for tracking in Nightwatch. And now it's gonna be super powerful as we're gonna integrate these keywords data being tracked daily with Nightwatch, so that you would be able to understand specific changes, how they impact your rankings. Okay, so now that these keywords were loaded, I asked the AI cluster these keywords in groups, so it would cluster those keywords in different groups. And you can see it put general SERP API related, SERP API, then it clustered Google specific SERP API keywords, and then it made a new group scraping related, technical implementation, Python, tracking and analytics. So we can already see how this is very useful because we can understand what kind of clusters we should do on the website and how we should structure the whole information. And if I go lower, now this I find really cool, how to structure the website URLs for targeting these keywords for highest impact. So the agent used the research data we have in the research tab. Based on our past conversations, it made a plan for how we should structure a website for targeting these keywords. And it gave me great recommendations. The homepage should be /SERP API, then how we should set the pricing for it, scraping related. Because I didn't like this view, I asked it, show the pages in the table with their titles. And here we can see the whole page structure, the whole website structure recommendation based on the research. This is just one of the examples. We could do much more complex queries with the research agent and also combine it with the crawler data. And I would suggest that you just come up here and play with some examples that we showed you. And meanwhile, we develop additional tools. We would love to collect your feedback to understand how to do this even better.